Need to hear one of our shows again? We've got them on podcast. Go to fmmoneytalkradio.com. Scroll down to Podcast on Demand. Pick your show and it's on. Podcast on fmmoneytalkradio.com.
Radio have been in conjoint business for 10 years. They have been working around the clock, non-stop, to promote over 500 shows and businesses reaching all over South Florida. With added platforms such as social media live streaming, podcasts, and the specialty of live radio, it has never been easier to get your voice heard by millions of listeners. To amplify your impact and start your show today, contact AMP2TV at 866-224-5422. That's 866-224-5422.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Café is open for business. Live from the Brooklyn Café studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat at the Brooklyn Café and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, or a movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in free 888-994-4995 right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Café. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome to the Brooklyn Café. Welcome on a beautiful Monday morning. This is Hangover Monday.
It really is Hangover Monday. I've been this way all day. Everything's a little sideways, cockeyed. I don't even know.
You know, Hangover Monday is a real thing.
I'm sure
it is. Up in New York.
From Thursday, Friday.
Hangover
Steve
Monday.
over, and I can't believe Steve O's here actually, and the sun is out.
I know, because he's now real estate Steve-O.
Yeah. Put a different hat on. But yeah, Hangover Mondays is big in New York, especially at the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Man.
Hangover Mondays, they used to give out those Bloody, I don't like Bloody Marys, but they had these Bloody Mary specials. You like Bloody Marys?
I do, actually.
You guys like Bloody Marys? Yeah. It's like eating a tomato out of a can. And I like the vodka on it. Now they gave me a gift. Bloody Monday mix with special vodka.
Really?
Yes. It like somebody prayed over it or something. And I'm going to tell you something. It is delicious.
Well, happy Monday, everyone. Welcome to the Brooklyn Café on the Monday before New Year's. I don't want to say after Christmas because I think it's still Christmas, at least, and here it is. Monday before New Year's, getting ready to bring you 2021. And I got to tell you, I'm just having a hard time breathing. But yeah, Hangover Monday, everything's a little sideways and cockeyed, but we keep going. We had a great show on Fuego this morning. I wish I could have told the lady that I actually lined this up, but it just happened that way, as it always does.
Dr. 69 meets the great Lena.
Dr. Regina
Maranzini.
Yeah, that's a pure Dominican for you. Maranzini, that sounds Italian to me.
It is an Italian last name, it is.
And they grew up together.
How Lena just kind of rolls with it, though.
Yeah, she's good.
Because Dr. Maranzini confirmed this morning at like 7:30 she was coming. And then I spoke to Lena at 10:30. You interviewing me anyone for Fuego? She says, no, So sorry. I go, nope, so good. I got someone for you. And they're from the Dominican together.
And you didn't understand a word they were talking about.
Well, I have a feeling they were talking about sex after 69
Well, that's
in
why
Spanish.
we call her Dr. 69, because she wrote a book, Sex After 69, right? So Steve says to me, is that her real name? I says, yeah, the whole thing.
But I got to
Dr.
tell you what people are
69.
going through right now. She got the vaccine last week, and she's quarantining. Her husband is going out of town for a couple weeks, and she's like, you're quarantining for 2 weeks after when you get back. She goes, there's the garage. So I said to her, is there air conditioning in the garage? She said, nope, because I'm going to unplug it because he shouldn't be going away. But,
Really?
yep, I got to tell you, those Latina ladies, they're a
Don't
little
mess with a
tough.
Latina lady.
That's what I'm
eh?
thinking.
Has spirited.
See, you got to be grateful for one thing is I'm not Latina, because I could take this to a whole nother level for you. Right, Steve-O, it's bad enough being
I was gonna
Jewish
say, I
and
think Freddie
Boca.
knows that.
Imagine being Jewish and Latina. You poor thing. I would light a candle for you.
I light a candle for me.
Jewish is pretty close to a Latina. I always say that there's so many commonalities. I swear.
I light a candle every day.
Every
Matter of
day.
fact, look, I burn every finger I have.
You and the coffee pot, I know. But I'm
Now-
excited because I was actually texting Steve-O
Oh, you
that
didn't
we
know he
had
was
a
coming?
season. No.
I knew he was coming for about, what, a week, 2 months, 8 years ago?
Sometime
Ed.
last week we put it together. I'm sorry. For now on, I'm gonna copy you. How about that?
Please, 2:30 in the morning. I missed those
Yeah,
morning
what
texts.
is that?
That's when I do my work. I used
I
to text
appreciate
Dawn
it.
at 2, 3 in the morning.
It's true.
And he brought his better half, yes, the comedian, the master.
Cuz Pity. Michael Pity in the house.
Hello, how are you? I didn't know I was coming either until about an hour after the gym this morning. He said, hey, we're going to the radio station.
How'd you do at the gym this morning? You know, you should go work out with Slick.
Well, who?
Slick.
Yeah.
Slick, right?
Muscles. We call him Muscles.
We call Steve Muscles Marinara.
So congratulations, Steve.
I could see that.
And there's your stand-up for you. Imagine buying a house from these guys.
If I buy a house from them, they have to promise to do music and stand-up comedy.
Absolutely.
Can you imagine?
The funny thing I said, I'm not a comedian. I just sell houses.
No,
I
no,
have-
you're a
I have
funny
fun.
dude.
Life is too short to not be serious, to be too serious all the time.
You are one funny dude.
Just having fun, honestly. It's all good. But I will put on a comedy show. You know, I've never done one. If you want to buy $1 million house from me,
Well,
Yeah,
we
so
were,
come and buy a house from us, and I'll spin music.
and I will make you laugh. And there you go. How you doing?
and I would bring all my friends, even though I don't know the buyer. You know, the funny thing is, he's funny. He does the music. Any moment now, why don't you give out the phone number so they can start calling him?
888-994-4995, Studio A.
Yeah,
Dina,
because we
have you
missed
met
you.
these
We
guys?
missed the Brooklyn Cafe.
We've missed you too. What's been happening? I hear congratulations are in order.
Yes. I mean, that's what took up my whole life.
My new partner.
Forget the pandemic. It was passing the real estate test. I have to sell a house just to make up for the money I spent on the test. Because I had to take it a couple of times. We're not going to say numbers,
No.
but definitely wasn't the
And
time
it has
to
And the
challenge.
done.
phone is already ringing.
And it has been, this is, now, I want to take advantage of this
Really?
real quick before we start.
Really?
Because because this guy starts getting phone calls.
I know.
I want to get the puppet stuff sold. So if you're going to talk to Steve-O, buy a puppet, buy a something.
It's
this
a
is for
robot.
Hugs and,
What?
I don't know nothing about puppet. What's going
this
on?
is Hugs and Smiles, which goes on tomorrow at 7:30.
7.
7. And this is for kids in after school programs. And we got involved with them to do that. So these pieces, you see all the robots and everything else going around?
Okay.
All of these pieces, 50% of it, whenever you sell it, goes to the foundation.
Nice.
And I know that you, everywhere I've been with you, you're always selling, making appointments. Sometimes you walk out because he has a secretary in the car.
It looks like the Italian version of Pinocchio playing the bass over there.
But it's a great piece and it's
Yeah,
a
I love
great
it.
cause.
It reminds me of my father. Honestly, my
say.
father was a musician. He played bass,
Who's on the phone?
and I think I might want to buy it because it looks like my dad.
Didn't he have a piece? What? Didn't he have a robot kind of piece?
Are you guys now working together in real estate?
Yeah.
And you still spinning music?
Yeah.
How the gigs going?
2021 looks good.
Good.
But I can't, I'm not going to count.
What's
on
around the
it.
corner? It's, Friday. We're
January's
in 2021.
pretty empty, but February starts.
We worked last week.
Yeah, we worked last week and the week before.
So you guys are DJing together? Ah. Are you still doing that thing where you look like you're in 3D outer space and all that music?
We haven't done it in a while because of my testing. But actually tonight, guys, 8 o'clock going live. I don't think I'll be in 3D because I'm not going to be on that studio set. But But yeah, I'm gonna be spinning live tonight because I've been
From the
getting
garage?
so many with my tank top on.
So you're gonna be the naked DJ. Do you know that people still ask me for the naked DJ?
Steve, you got a call.
Steve-O.
Already.
Steve-O.
Yes.
Hi, it's me, Michelle.
Hi, me, Michelle.
Did me and Bill's wedding last year?
Yes. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I can't believe you're a realtor now.
Yes.
He's
Yeah.
selling houses.
But I'm still DJing.
Well, we're
But-
going to need a
but if
house.
you're looking for a
But We're
house-
starting to look in about, yeah.
Well, inbox me.
And it begins.
Okay.
Thank you
You're
so
just
much
a
for calling.
one-stop shop.
Yes, tell all your friends because
Absolutely.
there's comedy, there's booze, there's food, whatever you need to get this house done. See, Steve, when I saw houses in the day, there was a giant party for the buyer, not the seller. You could do all that. Bring all your friends because he needs all the recommendations he can get.
Well, you can't go wrong with his partner Mike right next to him.
I know.
Wow, it's
He's
like a
the-
double fan club.
She must have saw my name on the screen.
He's
Hi, Michelle.
Miss-
I didn't do your wedding last year, but Steve probably did an awesome job. But you know, you come to him for a house, we'll get it done together. He's becoming a great new partner.
No, I'm so excited. So excited. I'm so happy.
So, did Steve do your wedding?
Yeah, he did my wedding last April.
Newlyweds.
He
Wow.
rocked the house. Everybody keeps talking about it till this day.
Where was the wedding?
Delray Country Club.
And he's ready
It
to
was
tell you that
amazing.
he's ready to do your first year anniversary.
Yes, absolutely.
He does 1 year anniversary
In your
party.
new house.
In my new
We'll
house.
do the party in your new house.
Wow, that is cool.
It's
I
a
like
great
that.
idea.
Nice segue, huh?
That's a
That's
great
amazing.
idea, Steve.
Right? We got 4 months to get you a house.
Well, I'm ready when you are. I'll inbox you.
All right.
All right. Nice
Awesome.
to meet you. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
calling.
And it
Nice
begins.
to meet you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
And it begins. Go ahead, give Steve a
How
call.
do you do that, Steve?
888-994-4995. Give him a call.
You know how many groups I'm posted?
That's, I got to tell you, I don't even think the number was out of my mouth yet. And it was like, bam, they got it.
1 year anniversary. If he did your wedding last year, he'll do your anniversary this year. and
Well,
you
you
can bring
know,
a
that's
party.
honestly, if you're listening and I did your wedding, I mean, that's the first set of clients I'm going to actually email and let them know. Now I'm in real estate as well. And, because, you know, the next step after getting married is finding a house. So
That's right. That and the
Remember
jeweler.
those
It
days?
truly is a one-stop shop. I mean, realistically, you're starting your life out. You're gonna need a house first. You're gonna plan your wedding, and now it's time to move on to the next step, and that's to get your own place.
Yep.
You know, we all know that. You know, when you're paying rent, you're paying someone else's mortgage.
Well, we also got services in between because I also have 3 travel agencies that work with me now that book the honeymoons. On top of Paul, of course, we know Paul with the
Are you
cruises.
still working with Paul? How's he doing?
I haven't spoken. I mean, he hits me up more on Facebook than anything else.
He moved.
Did
So-
he really?
Yeah, I think he went up to the
Villages or something,
villages.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he's not
The
in
Villages.
town.
Everyone's like, oh, okay, well, you know where Paul is.
But
Heard
there's
many
al-
stories about the villages.
Yes, that's why Dr. 69 was here today. Bada boom.
Bada bing.
But the object of the game is that everybody you've married, because you've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
Anniversary parties, gatherings, lawn parties. Remember we were talking about spray painting the lawns with circles so people could dance in these circles?
But I mean, that's
And there it is.
There we go again.
888-994-4995. If this man married you, call in because he's doing the anniversary special.
But you know, no. But honestly, the blessing about what we do is we do a lot of. You know, I've done families, 3 sisters, all their weddings. You know, and
I'm glad he clarified
then
that.
all of a sudden I do baptisms, and you know, so you stay within a family sometimes for a while.
You know, I dated 6 sisters in a family, but thank you for playing.
Lena, welcome to Steve-O's world.
You know, Freddie, you said if he's married them, he actually does the ceremonies too.
I know
Yes,
he's
I'm an
a
officiant.
rabbi.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
a rabbi.
Why, you do that too?
I'm an officiant. Yes, I can.
You're
marry,
what?
I
Officiant?
marry
An
people.
efficient. Are people still getting married?
Yeah, people are still doing it. You know, that's the biggest glory about what I do, because no matter what's going on in the world, people are still going to get married.
Is it legal when you marry somebody? Or
Me?
somebody's going to come knock on my door and say, you know.
Oh no. In the state of Florida, all you need is a notary. And
Really?
I'm a notary, yeah.
So how come it takes so much to get divorced?
Because it's worth it. I'm sorry, that just came out.
And that's why
someone else on
Bada
the
Boom,
phone?
he's with him.
Oh, for us? Okay, that's for the
Oh,
next
that's the
segment.
next segment.
That's for the next one.
Hilarious.
Lena, what else is going on with you?
Just wrapping up this year and gearing up for the next one.
You started your coaching business in 2020,
Yes, I did.
and here we go.
Here we go. Yes. Working already with my current clients, setting up their goals, breaking down goals and objectives and little tasks to make sure that they're actionable, ready to go.
And you're working with business owners as well as people personally, or just businesses?
Both. My target audience primarily is business owners. Somehow I keep attracting individuals as well, and I love working with people and just, working on whatever mission they have and helping them define and connect the dots of the roadmap to success.
Because you're so easy to work with, and you're so kind, and she's just easy. I ask you for help all the time, but I never really ask anyone else for help. And I just felt so comfortable. I sent you the thing to work with me last month, and we're working on it again this month. Like I told you, nobody knows that information. And I'm like, that's why I think your clients must feel so comfortable, because you don't have any judgment. You just, matter of fact, here it is. This is my suggestions, and let's do it this way. Or we can do it that way. And she just makes it easy.
Or she makes you feel less scary.
If I sent it to you, you'd go perfect, and I knew it wasn't perfect. You both, sounds good, send it. I'm like, no, not doing that. But she walked, and you took the time to go through it, and you did it, and I thank you for all of that. But that is why I think people love working with you.
You're welcome. Well, I love what I do, and I think what happens, and that's why I encourage everybody, figure out what you love to do. When you are in a space where you're having fun and you enjoy it, then it's natural. Then it comes easy, and I think people feel it.
I think that when you are able to do that naturally, people see the difference between fake and real. That's one of the reasons I love working with Steve-O, because everybody loves this guy. I mean, he's always been, I'll be remiss not to say, how's your wife doing?
Very well, thanks. I mean, 2020, besides the pandemic, was a very rough year, as you guys know. But happily, she is considered cured because there's no cancer anywhere.
Fantastic.
She begins her radiation next week, and she'll do 6 weeks of that. And she has like 2 more surgeries, ahead of her, but nothing like what we've already been through. So,
Isn't it amazing how it changes perspective?
You
Yeah,
know,
you go,
it
"Oh, she's
changed.
got
You know,
2
the
more."
biggest thing, and I'm mushy. So anyway, but being with her 18 years, you kind of like, well, I can't love her more than I already do. But you do. You find something else, because we all say in our vows, for the better and for worse, but you never really predict the worst is going to happen, and it didn't. And it actually did bring us closer. I mean, one good thing that came out is it did bring us even closer, which I didn't even think was possible. But
That's nice.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah, he's a lucky guy. And honestly, I'll piggyback that because she's like a sister to me. She looks incredible right now. She looks incredible. Her recovery, she looks amazing.
she has like a Halle Berry look going on right now.
Yeah.
Her hair's short, but she's finally getting the confidence to stop wearing the wigs and rock out the Halle Berry look. She's not thrilled about it, but at least, step by step, I'm like, you look gorgeous. And she has a beautiful face, so, show it.
Wow.
So now she's not, we're not spending fortunes on wigs, because I don't know if you know the price of wigs, but
Beautiful lady.
That wasn't happening.
And I saw pictures of your daughter. She's getting older, getting more prettier than ever.
and she's getting back into singing.
I hear you're going to be grandpa?
Grandpa in 3 months.
What the
Wow.
heck?
I
I
don't
know
know.
how that happened, but I mean,
I was going to say, that's for another show. But anyway,
yeah. Oh,
I
man.
didn't even know that.
yeah, my oldest is Prego.
Really?
She's due in March
Congratulations.
6th, his birthday.
She was a flower girl in my wedding when I was married.
Yeah.
When
Congratulations.
she was 5.
Where does time go, right?
So what are they going to call you? Any thoughts?
Pop.
Okay.
Everyone, my grandfather used to be called Pop. Everyone else is called Papa. I don't like Papa, so I want to be the second Papa.
And what about your wife? She's some not a grandma.
So she made my daughter promise her she didn't want to be called grandma. She didn't want to be called abuela. So they're calling her Gigi. So, because first she was trying to tell my daughter, well, I'll be Titi. And I'm like, well, you're not an aunt. you know, your grandmother. So then he came up with Gigi, and she actually liked it, so that's what I'm gonna call her Gigi.
Wow. What happened?
G stands for grandma.
We're good?
Amazing. All right, let's
Wow.
take a commercial break. That's amazing.
I
Congratulations
didn't even
to
know
you.
that.
A
Yeah.
lot of
Wow.
stuff.
Welcome to the club. And I'm going to tell you something. When that child is born and you are blessed as a pop, everything changes.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
Everything changed. Everything in your life
It's not
changed.
like having your kids.
Nope,
Yeah.
because it ain't about them no more. It's about the little ones. And, you know, on Christmas Day, when your grandson gets on a FaceTime and says, Pop, I want presents, it changes your life. And I'm telling you firsthand, I never saw that, never felt that way in my life until this Christmas. It
3
changed.
grandsons. Does she
Yeah.
know what she's having?
A boy, yeah.
Wow.
Xavier.
Can you imagine all these, put all your grandsons together, put them on a team?
no, you ain't-
buckle up.
You ain't.
All
you,
I can say is I
you're
can't
not-
wait for the first granddaughter for you guys.
She
so I
only
can tell
says
you.
that because she ain't in the club yet, but it's coming.
Right.
All I can say is wait till there's a girl between you guys.
Yeah, what is it? There's no
Wait,
girls.
Steve-O has daughters, so you have
Oh,
4
yeah, I was
daughters.
gonna say, in my family now it's even. You know, I got 4 daughters. I have a son. My sister has 2 sons, and now there's a grandson, so it's 4 and 4 now.
Wow,
so
you got
whoever has
4
a baby next
daughters?
is the,
When you're reading the New York Times, I mean, what the hell, man? 4 daughters. How do you do that?
He didn't have
well,
cable.
I had twins. Remember, the oldest are twins, so I got 2 in one shot.
In my family, my sister's the only girl I know.
God's laughing.
Wow.
Well, congratulations, Steve-O.
Thank
And
you
Mike,
so
you
much.
guys are hanging around. Lena, hang around with us for a little bit. We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we've got MK, Mary Catherine Morales, joining us from Becoming Women in Principle. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Healing Moments Wellness Boutique specializes in integrating scientific and ancient therapies to relieve physical, emotional, and psychological distress. Through the power of touch, coaching, and meditation, clients experience pain relief, relaxation, healing, and detoxification. Contact Healing Moments Wellness Boutique at 561-931-2187 and experience Boca Raton's Healing Haven. Enjoy the benefits of an individualized treatment plan to help find your feelings of peace, complete balance, and wellness. Call Healing Moments today, 561-931-2187, and be rejuvenated.
Introducing Black Tie Liquors, your one-stop shop for wine and spirit needs. Whether you're looking for an ice-cold pack of summer brews or just to grab your favorite bottle of scotch and whiskey, Black Tie Liquors has you covered. Come choose from a wide selection of beers, wines, spirits, or liqueurs. Or if you're in the mood, feel free to grab one of our fresh cigars. Stop by Black Tie Liquors today, located on 5970 South Jog Road, Lake Worth, Florida. Or give them a call at 561-968-0988.
If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would just listen? It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have the platform to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting Café to 80800. That's CAFE to 80800.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
You see this? You see this mask?
I see that mask. That's a nice mask, by the way.
New York Sounds, 561-503-6570.
Well, he missed his,
I missed to put it
Maybe
on.
No, we're back, aren't we?
We are back. Yes.
I got to tell you, we definitely have the best crew. I love Slick
think
and
he's
Teddy.
drunk.
And I don't think so. I think he is just
No, I think he's drunk.
awesome.
I think something's drinking.
They've been
him.
working really hard, and they've been working after hours. They've been working on weekends, and he's going to get the letter. He's going to get that piece down so you can take it over. We've got some spectacular artists here. You guys haven't been here in a while.
No, but I'm looking. I mean, like you said, first of all, your crew has always been on point.
Thank you.
When we come here, they're always smiling. You could tell they really love what they do.
Or they fake it well.
And yeah, there's a lot of new art. And the robots again, can you tell us again?
Aren't these great? These are made by
They're really
Max
cool.
Lazega.
That's my favorite, right? The one that's next to you.
And I got to tell you, he's got bringing in another one also, a taller one that he actually is making maybe to give to the Hard Rock, which is pretty cool. And he is a retired, I don't want to say engineer, construction contractor. And these are all repurposed parts. And some of these pieces are just amazing. One piece has been here for a week and already sold.
That
The
one's
BFF
gone.
with the tennis players. So that we have to take down, and that one's gone. We've got a golfer. We've got the light up cube. This Dr. Robot. 50% of all proceeds go back to the Hugs and Smiles Foundation. And he's such a nice man.
He is. He's a genius. Is what he. That's all done with wires.
All
None
the
of
tree
that.
of life.
Yeah, all those trees of life done with wires, and they're beautiful. But it's an encouraging piece when people are buying art to support what it is that we're doing. Now, what they haven't met was Bling City.
Oh, wait till you meet Robin Weiss. She's a blast.
Now, you stand still long enough because
She'll bling you.
She'll bling you.
What is a bling?
Yeah, I'm
A
curious.
rhinestone on something.
Oh, that's where you got that from.
That's his, where the Bronx meets Boca Mask. Have they seen it on you?
Yeah, I had it on. But she blings everything, and we're bringing in a piece where all of her arts can be displayed in the lobby. But when you meet her, she'll bling everything. She'll bling your shoes, she'll bling your underwear, she'll bling your eyebrows, she'll bling you. Become the bling bling.
All right, I'm ready to be blinged.
But she's a whole lot of fun. So during commercial break, Lena's over there talking to you guys. Italy?
Yes, because when we exchanged cards, Michael Pitti, and I said Italiano. So he started speaking Italian, and my grandfather on my father's side was Italian, and I love anything about Italy.
How was your Christmas, speaking of Italy?
Uneventful, which nowadays that's a good thing, I guess.
That's the new norm.
Did you guys do like an Italian Christmas with the 25 fish? I know it's not 25,
Seven.
but 7. I was going to say 6.
Did you
I
really
figured-
have 7?
We did.
I didn't have 7. I had 2.
But it kind of counts for 7, right?
Yeah. Well, my mom, because we had we didn't have nobody. We had my parents and my sisters, and my wife and my mother are both allergic to shellfish, so they can't have anything. So it wasn't gonna be just me and my father eating. So
7.
So did you cook? You cook. You're a good cook.
I cooked stuffed mushrooms,
A lot of them.
a lot of them that didn't even go. It was but my family loves my stuffed mushrooms, so I drove around half the day on Christmas Eve just dropping trays of mushrooms off to people.
I thought you were looking for mushrooms. I said, I drove around looking for mushrooms.
No. I made 12 crates.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, that's how much I made.
Wow. What do you
But,
stuff with? Crab meat?
No, with breadcrumb, olive oil, Parmesan cheese, and a little tap of sauce on the top to hold.
We should have you bring some in and do like a cooking segment here.
Oh yeah.
We have a chef now that does a segment on the show.
Okay.
He has his own show. Maybe we'll have him and Steve will come in one day and we'll do something Italian. I went to one Italian New Year's. Holy smokes, I had to run out of there because of food. Lentil soup was it started with the lentil, the next thing there's 7 courses.
Yeah, no, the course. I don't know why we eat so much, and
Because it's
90% of it's
delicious.
carbs.
Right?
And the wine. The
Yeah,
wine,
the
where
red
the wine
wine.
comes from everywhere.
Or the basement if you're up in New York.
And New York was in the basement. we
Yeah,
had
with the
basement
crates.
parties.
I remember seeing all the crates in front of the house. Ooh, and that used to stink after a while.
Besides Christmas, a big holiday I'm sure you do, but we used to have St. Joseph's Day. And like half the block used to come into the basement, and my mom used to put up the altar with St. Joseph and get the oranges blessed and the bread blessed and all of that stuff.
You used to squeeze the grapes with that machine, that little hand press. You make your own wine?
No.
Do you?
No, but my brother makes homemade limoncello.
Yes.
Really?
He does limoncello. He does blood orange cello. And now he's thinking about doing kind of a Sprite, a lemon lime kind of like a Sprite flavored. I told him to do clementines. We could make clemencello. But,
I think Teddy's mom makes clementine cello. Clemencello.
Really?
We've got some frozen limoncello in the freezer from Teddy's mom, the creamy one.
Yeah.
I like the creamy. Freddie likes the non-creamy. We're
I
very
like-
happy to taste test anyone's limoncello.
I drink
Next time I
anything.
come down, I'll
There's
bring it
some
down.
coquito in the fridge also if you
Oh,
guys,
you guys
want
have
some.
coquito?
Oh, so my wife made 3 flavors this year of coquito. She
How
made
was
the
it?
regular, she made a coffee one, and she made a Nutella one.
Wow.
Nutella.
Boy.
Yeah.
That's different. Now, now that you say that, Frankie, if you're watching, you're supposed to be calling Frankie. Frankie saw the segment when we had the Coquito
With
Man
Israel,
on.
uh-huh.
So he called me, he says, that ain't the Bronx. I says, I know, I'm not in the Bronx, I'm in Florida. No, we got to do it like the Bronx. Now, I didn't realize, I made a mistake in telling you how we did it. Remember you put the coconut after you shave it, and you put it in a clean t-shirt, and you use the rum on it. That was the part I didn't tell you over and over again.
No, you told me water. So
No,
it's
not
like a
water.
rum cake, but it
It's-
soaks in the coconut.
Yes, it's the rum, and you squeeze it. And he was supposed to call today.
Is that how he did it?
He's sending us 2 bottles. I don't know how he's sending it, but okay.
Interesting. Well, that sounds good. Yeah, it doesn't have to stay refrigerated.
I told him to put seltzer water in it. He says, you don't put seltzer. The guy over here, he's put seltzer water in it. And it lasts for 6 months.
Interesting.
The combination.
Never
I
heard
don't
of that.
know.
Me
So
neither.
your wife makes the most amazing coquito. And Mike, you were there for Christmas. It was good.
Yeah, well, actually, I brought over the ingredients to make the coquito. At 11 o'clock at night, me and Yoli are in the kitchen
Do you guys make pasteles?
tearing it up.
No, my wife does, but
She
I'm
makes
not a fan of
pasteles?
them.
Your wife is Cuban?
Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican.
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
I knew
This
she was
is what he's
Spanish.
been telling me all day. I didn't know that.
I need to
know
talk
that.
to your wife because she's looking for pasteles. It's dry season. I can't find nobody making them.
My dad and I could not find anybody this year to make. good
Israel's friend
pasteles.
makes them.
My wife's mother actually makes, according to my dad. My dad loves them. See, I never really was a fan of them, but my dad said
It's an acquired taste. I
No,
think.
it's
Not
delicious.
Pasteles.
Tell your wife I want to buy dos
Out of plantain.
docena.
Okay.
All right, she's listening, so say it into the
Dos docena, which is 12 and 12. I want to buy them.
okay.
Everybody wants pasteles this year because you can't get them.
I don't understand why. What's missing? What's hard to
I don't
find?
know. There's something called the virus, and people stop making them.
But
It's a pastel. Oh, you sick? A little bit.
But what is missing on the ingredients that you can't make them? I don't
No,
cook, so
it's
I don't
because
know.
people want to be safe. That's all.
No,
But
I guess you're looking for it to be made. They're looking for it to be made, or I guess no one's
yeah,
making
they
it.
want them made. They don't want you. They want them finished, wrapped. They come in 2s. You have 2 pasteles, so a docena is 12. So you got a pack of 6.
Okay, and I think Israel's buddy. Remember, we bought them last year from him.
I asked him, and he says, "Oh, I don't know what happened." Of course, when I need them, they're not there.
Well, I told you I met these tamale people, and
So
they
here we
told
go.
me.
This is the question I wanted to ask
I
your
was
wife.
at the Delray Green Market on Saturday, and I wanted to because I know it's New Year's. I know you like the pasteles for New Year's.
Yes.
So I found tamales, and so I said my partner calls them pasteles. They said it's the same thing in Puerto Rico as pasteles and tamales, and she's shaking her head no, and you tell me no.
No.
And this is the
no.
conversation of no.
That's Mexicans trying to sell us
It's a-
pasteles.
Yeah, or I mean, tamales. Cubans make tamales, and which are different than the ones from Central America. Every country has a different version of them. But for the Puerto Rican, pastel is very specific, and it's very traditional of this time of the year. Everybody eats pasteles for Christmas, for New Year's, this time of the year specifically.
And Italians do a wrap. Don't you take a pita bread and put a wrap with meat? No, that's the Greeks.
No, I was going to say, that's Greek. You're talking about gyros.
Yeah, that's the Greeks. That's
We
what
had
we
that
had the other
last
day.
week. We had gyros,
Yeah,
they say.
that's closer to a
Yeah,
tamale.
that's how you say it.
We do the arancini, the rice balls. You wrap it, you put the meat and the peas and the the sides. So good.
You know who makes a good rice ball? And you're right up the block from them. Is VNS. I don't know if you've ever been to VNS on Federal.
That
deli?
place is amazing.
Vinny and Sal's. Oh,
That place is amazing.
What do you call it? Rice balls?
Yeah, rice balls. Arancini. Yeah, it's a rice ball.
Arancini.
Yep.
We got to get some arancini. We got to get some canisius. And stay away from that thing you brought in here.
What did I bring in?
That laca thing.
Oh, wow, those were good, the latkes I brought in. We have homemade biscotti that Teddy's neighbor brought in. We've got a popcorn machine. We got to get ready for New Year's.
You guys ever have latkes?
Yes.
Oily latkes?
Yeah.
What are they?
They're potato things, right?
They're like fried potato hash browns.
Do you have a latke?
They're delicious.
For Hanukkah.
They're very oily. I mean, it slipped right off the plate.
But that's the whole idea besides Hanukkah.
You told me it's like better than Crisco.
So I got to ask
So
you.
what are the big dishes in Hanukkah, Dawn?
Anything that's fried.
And
To
oily.
commemorate the oil. Right. So it was the miracle of the oil for 8 days. So anything that's in oil, whether it be donuts, sufganiyot, which is jelly donuts, latkes, anything fried and kind of send you to the cardiologist, pretty much what Hanukkah is.
I was gonna say the next week you're in the cardiologist. All right, perfect.
And the snoop is the center of a jelly donut.
A jelly donut,
Which we
right?
call
A jelly donut.
No, what do we call those munchkins?
Munchkins. Sounds like a munchkin.
It's a munchkin, and they call it supatupa, whatever that is.
But since you're booking for you're booking into 2021, weddings, are they smaller size? What's the new
So the
hot
new
thing?
norm is about 50, 60 people.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the new norm. This is one of my first New Year's that I'm not booked.
Me too.
We had 2 booked and they both canceled, unfortunately. But and New Year's usually the big night for us. It's like 3 gigs in one, really.
How do you do 3 gigs in one?
No, I'm just saying.
You sub them out, right?
I mean, money-wise, we charge.
Ah.
Yeah, so they both canceled. So I'm actually headed to Orlando tomorrow to spend time with my in-laws that we didn't see. So my wife gets to see her parents now.
Was it last year we were at, or was it 2 years ago? Something popped up on my time hop. We were at Moe's for New Year's with DJ Furious.
Furious, yeah.
Was that last year? Might have been 2 years ago.
We were where?
That was last year.
You weren't there. I went over to Corner Porch.
Ah, yes.
And it was kind of a quiet, it was a quiet New Year's, but this year's even going to be more quiet. This year is like...
Well, I was going to say Furious wasn't quiet.
Yeah, not if he's spinning.
Not
No.
with the system he brought.
No, and it was a great system. A Corner Porch went out of business also.
They're gone.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they're gone.
Wow,
Yep.
that's sad.
I think that was probably their last event, and then he shut down.
A lot of places are gone now. I wanted to ask, when you go to do weddings and things recently, is the setup different? Do they really put circles where you're supposed to dance? No, they're not doing that?
No, it's... First of all, you would think you'd see, more masks, and you don't. The only people wearing masks is like the staff, the venue, the catering managers, but the guests, maybe 2 out of every 10 you see a mask,
Really?
And then in the beginning of the pandemic, dancing wasn't really big, like people weren't getting up to dance because they were all, Now it's, I would say, as far as how the reception runs, it's more in a normal term. It's just a lot smaller. Like one of the venues, the venue we did that show in, remember Indian Springs? You remember the size of that room? I mean, you could fit 300 people in there. Now doing 50 people in that room, it's like the room swallows you up.
It echoes.
Right. I mean, we brought a sub out. I mean, we were bouncing off the wall.
Yeah.
But
And we were talking about this morning, is what's changed. And even if tomorrow you said, we're cured, everything is gone, and 100% everything is back to where it was.
Still
What
gonna
this
take
has done
time.
to people's mindset,
no,
it
it's
will
still gonna
change.
Take time. Yeah, it's absolutely going to take time. People
It
are
has
not going to
changed
be
people's
looking
mindsets.
at things the same anymore.
Yeah, you don't think
now
the
it's
same.
like you're afraid to sneeze or cough because right away people are like.
And then there are those that don't wear masks, and that's, I guess that's your personal opinion, but think about it. You're protecting you and your wife, and now a new grandbaby, and those people who feel like, you know what, I don't have to wear a mask. You don't. However, there are other people that feel they want protection.
Well, the thing about like what we do, I mean, we're behind the booth, so there's really no one around us, and I'm not really getting out there like I used to. I used to be on there with the mic, and I really don't do that right now particularly. So it's changed the way we even perform. The show's even different because it's more now music, and you rely on the mixing more, where back in the day you can kind of like speak over a mix, where I'm going to mess this mix up, talk over me. And that's how we
And nobody knows when you're spinning. But I think this has totally changed the mindset for people.
I can tell you, I have family in Santo Domingo, the Dominican Republic, and there people are finding available the test, the one that you get the results immediately, even though that's not bulletproof. And for weddings and big parties, they have a line. You have to test before you're allowed into the party.
Wow.
That's actually cool.
And then people are partying like normal because even though, again, it's not guaranteed, it gives the peace of mind.
But it gives them more peace of mind, right?
But
Can you imagine having a part of your booth is like a pre-COVID testing booth at the cocktail hour before you walk into the event? It could be a moneymaker
Well,
for
I was
you.
just going to say,
You got the photo booth, you got the COVID booth.
I'm not making light of it, but I mean, it's kind of a cool thing to know that, all right, it is what it is, and no, it's not 100%, and you can not be testing, but it's kind of a thing.
No, you got to think on your feet because, like even the mask I made, I mean, that was just.
Yeah, they're great.
Well, you got to market any which way that's given to us right now.
Right.
And,
Absolutely.
I think that the biggest fear now is the tracing. You seen the phone app? Have you seen this?
No.
COVID-19
Yeah.
NDC or something. You download it on your phone, and people that have registered that have had it, if you get within proximity, it will show up on your phone, this person has registered that that person was sick. And what's happening here is that the fear of tracing with people who have had it, because it's a runaway train now. So you're bound to run into somebody who either was sick, is sick, or was going to be sick. And you sort of have to duck and weave as it goes along now. I have never used so much curbside delivery in my life.
Yeah.
And then I run out with the alcohol and my car is losing its paint because I keep hitting that, and then you go home and you have to bathe in alcohol.
Actually, yesterday I changed my order up because I haven't been to the grocery store in years, unless I go in for one or two things, squash and pears, and I'm out. So Publix keeps going up and up and up on delivery, and I'm like, all right, it's worth it. Now it's getting to the point where it's absurdly priced up on top of the delivery, which I'm happy to pay them and tip. That is, my pleasure. But the price of Publix, so someone told me Amazon at Whole Foods
Prime
is a whole lot less. My groceries were $50 less yesterday.
Wow.
Than they were the week before.
Prime, Whole Foods.
And
they will have it waiting for you. You don't
No,
have to
they
go in the
delivered
store.
it.
Oh, you can have it delivered too.
They delivered it, which was amazing. And the ice cream, which was the coolest thing, was wrapped in plastic to keep it cold.
Wow.
And then everything was individually wrapped. Every piece of produce, everything pre-prepared was individually wrapped and put in paper. But my groceries were $50 to $60 less last week.
Wow.
Which is, that's significant. I'm happy to pay for the service, but that's just like crazy.
And you use your Prime account?
I was just about to ask the same question. If you have Prime, do you get free delivery?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And you get discounts
It's
on
free
the food.
delivery. They deliver within 2 hours, and you just tip what you want to tip, and I'm happy to tip. That wasn't, but the $50, $60 on groceries, and I don't cook, right? And I still have food delivered on Mondays that's cooked. So to spend $200 on groceries, on chips and Gatorade and water was getting really stupid. That's just crazy.
Chips and Gatorade and water.
Publix, I have to
Eggs.
say though, they're one of the they do the best job, I feel, of keeping everything clean and sanitized. I mean, you walk in and the cart's sanitized. You get a sanitized cart, and then you always see a staff member walking around wiping things down. All of them have masks, so I gotta give them a round of applause on that. I mean, I'm not scared to walk into there.
No, they've been great.
It's like a Walmart or.
But it's the pricing on this stuff.
The pricing on delivery, not in store, but on the delivery service.
Now, you heard what he said was Walmart. So I went into Walmart yesterday. I hate going into Walmart.
You always have a fight with someone in Walmart.
I hate Walmart.
I put on my mask, a shield. I put a rubber glove over my head, right? Because I figured that if you see me looking like a crazy person, you stay the hell away from me, right? So I'm standing on
Not
line.
in Walmart.
Not in Walmart. There's mutants.
Well, that's the problem. That's the problem. They look like they come out of there. So you can't stand in front of the exit. And there's a line for the way this one is set up is horrible. So I have to stand back in the corner. I've been doing it for 10 months. Never had a problem. This lady goes and she jumps behind, skips me on the line. Now, normally I leave it alone. But, I have my rubber glove on my head and stuff. And I came on and says, you are jumping the line. It's got to go back there. And she starts cursing at me. Screaming, bloody murder, A this and A that, and you this and you that. I said, really? So, and then I said, I was scratching my rubber glove, and I started screaming back.
You always have a fight at the Walmart checkout
But I
line.
never did this. And I'm screaming absurd. And me and her are going at it now. So the manager comes over and she knows me. She said, ma'am, I know this guy for 10 months. He's been coming here. No, more than that, maybe a year. He's been coming in here. I know he would never do that. I'll open a line for you. And I said, no, you ain't opening no line for her. You open a line for me. You tell her to go away. It got ugly. And they had to call security. What is wrong with people? So when I get to the front of the line, you know what I did? I said, why don't you come on up? Because this needs to be more important to you than me. Then she didn't want to come up. So we're staring at each other, standing there.
Wow.
But Walmart, my goodness gracious.
Yeah, last time I was at Walmart. Remember, we were moving here and it sucked me in. 3 hours. I went in to buy some things to set this place up, and I left a gig with you. And I went to Walmart. And then I texted you, and you said, where are you? You're still at Walmart? 3-4 hours later, I was still in Walmart. It sucks you in. Next thing you know, you've got 2 carts full of things that you do not need. And then by the time you leave, I needed a mat. And you said, which one? I go, at this point, I don't care. It was like whatever was cheap. It was insane.
Then she sends everything back.
Oh, my goodness. And to
I got to send it all back.
It started with a broom. My Chinese broom.
She has a broom this size, Steve.
Sucks you in at Walmart.
This is the size, because she's 4 foot nothing. So it's for her, it's good. Everybody else in here has to bend over. We have backaches.
Wait till you meet Amadeus. His name's not really Amadeus, but we call him Amadeus. He comes in, he goes, dude, what's with this broom? I need a broom. Right, you gotta take this broom because,
I told him,
dude, I
stick
got
two
your
sticks
back.
together.
That's a good gag stuff. When someone's doing it, just hand them out.
So I was thinking, yes, talking about gags. I have a hat that I have. It's a hat with the ears, and you put it over, and it has a propeller.
Okay.
You ever seen this? Mm-hmm. I want to bring the hat in and call it the Slick Master hat. So when you mess up a production or something, you got to wear the hat.
Like a dunce hat.
Yeah, for an hour. What do you think? Think I get away with that?
You know, I used to be worried about head lice. Now COVID's got a whole nother life of its own. Now I'm like, sure, share a hat. Before that, I'd be like lavender spray, no hat sharing. It's a head lice germaphobe thing.
Head lice?
Lice is nothing now.
I don't even.
Right?
I don't even have any hair. What am I going to give you? Bald lice? I got no hair. Let me give you some lice. What's the matter with
Lice
you?
used to be like what we were worried about for kids. You got to braid your kids' hair. You got to spray with lavender. All these things you're worried about. Was there a lunch cold?
That is the coquito man.
And the
Hello,
pasteles.
Coquito, man.
Pasteles.
We were just
Because
talking
you and
about
I are
you.
psychically connected.
I'm sorry, I brought 2.
All right, put them on the table. We're going to share with everybody.
Sorry that.
We've just been talking about pasteles, and there they are.
Hello.
See?
Okay, so there you go.
Thank you, Israel.
Thank you, Israel.
Israel's the best, I got to tell you.
You see that? We cut it all up so we're going to get. See, you talk about that, it happens. Now, she also
See, this is what
mentioned
happens.
lice.
We mention it.
No. Cancelado.
Cancelado.
Canceled.
Lice is canceled?
Yes.
Yes, exactly. Everything else is canceled. How do you like that? Do you remember last year when I wished for a gift and I needed poinsettias? And in walked the poinsettia man.
yeah.
And one of the interns says, wow, can you wish for $1 million for me?
I
Because
remember.
it seems like you say something, you wave your wand, and in it walks through the door. And there it
The
is.
guy brought in these live poinsettias.
You should do a video like that to like advertise the show where Dawn just waves wands and things appear.
It's pretty much how it works. We need an intern. Boop, there you go.
It does happen.
But what would appear when you use the New York wand? What happens then?
Freddie turns the finger and he goes, you want
The
this
dirty
finger?
dog pops up.
You know, that's a great stick you gave me. You gave me that 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
The green finger?
Green
The green
finger.
finger.
And that's Goldfinger, so sorry.
The green
And
finger.
it's only Monday. All right, it's time to break out the coquito is all I can say. Let's take a quick commercial break. Let's cut up the pasteles. I don't know who's bored, Tina. I hope it's not you. Stay tuned. More with New York Sounds. We got to talk real estate because I've seen some. See what's going on with that. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Let's all welcome a new sponsor to the show. It's AMP2 TV, the first and only internet production company that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet TV radio production company, discover AMP2 TV, a full-service production company that can provide all streaming videos in studio or remotely. They offer web page development, and they use all the latest platforms to help make all your business selling points more powerful. They can do remotes or live radio streaming as well as tape productions for social media platforms and television. AMP2 TV can handle all of your television needs, including closed caption for a perfect on-air telecast. Choose from a variety of creative TV and radio packages or visit one of their many studios to get your creative juices flowing. Come and see why AMP2 TV works with many major companies, including Comcast, Bravo, and Fox 29, as well as individuals and businesses of all types and sizes. To see samples of their work or to find out more, visit their website at amp2.tv. That's AMP, the number 2.tv, or call them at 866-224-5422. Feel free to call for a quote or just a consult of how to put your business on a social media platform or radio platform, or just doing a show that is covered by all platforms. Call 866-224-5422 and make an appointment. That's 866-224-5422.
Hugs and smiles, blow a kiss to everyone you miss. Hugs and smiles will make the world a better place, and heals the heart with a smile on your face.
Hugs and Smiles Foundation was formed on the basis of giving kids the opportunity to learn and grow with art and music. Our classes are made for kids to express themselves in an open and free environment. If you want to donate or help run the class, contact Tina Weiss at 954-501-0524 or at tina@hugsandsmiles.org. All the memorabilia sold at the Brooklyn Café goes right back to the foundation to help Hugs and Smiles keep going. If you want to purchase a piece of art or memorabilia, contact Tina Weiss at 954-501-0524 or at tina@hugsandsmiles.org.
Garden dance and holding hands, we could take a stand. And with a smile, you make my dreams come true. Then all I need is a hug, a smile from you and you.
Are your health issues stopping you from living the life you've imagined? Are you unable to do the things you want to do due to chronic pain or chronic health issues? Have you seen many doctors, taken multiple medications, but are still suffering? Or are you simply looking for ways to boost your immune system and live a long and healthy life? Total Holistic Center is the solution you've been looking for. We provide you with out-of-the-box, cutting-edge scientific technologies for true health, wellness, and anti-aging via phone, in-person, or virtual video consultations. Some of our services include total wellness consultations, where we dig deeper into underlying root causes of chronic health issues, and personalized 360 wellness protocols customized specifically just for you based on your individualized biomarkers. Visit us at www.totalholisticcenter.com or call us at 561-323-4994.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Café Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Steve-O, Jen G says hi.
Who? Jen G?
Jen
G.
Wow.
How is Jen G?
I don't know, Jen G's moving.
Slick is cutting up some pasteles for you. We got some new friends on the board. Val's going to teach them for a few minutes, and you got a lot of stuff lined up for tonight.
I do? We haven't gotten any confirmations.
How do you like it, guys?
It's really good. Really good.
Some coquito
I don't know.
and some pasteles. How's that going for you, Slick? So I wonder what he brought you.
He's Did you guys have a sale on ice? I got about 400 cubes of ice in here.
Slick took care of you is all I can tell you.
Slick does this, right? He would be wearing the cap right now.
Slick, ever had a pastele? Pastele? Pastele?
Pastel.
Do you keep the thing over it?
No, you go down. There's nothing covering it. Take everything off of it. Yeah, that's the banana plant. You don't want to eat that. You eat that, it's the last thing you're going to be eating for a long time.
Why make you sick?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Try it.
It should come with like instructions, is all I can tell you.
The pastel is the inside of it. You remember when we had quenepas? You guys know what quenepas are? Those green things, and you bite into it, and it has like a seed, and it has skin on top of it.
Is that the Jamaican fruit?
It's called canab. Canab.
Is that the Jamaican fruit? They look like they're bigger than grapes, but
yes,
they're green.
And they're green.
You eat just the fruit surrounding the
inside.
Yeah,
that's called Jamaican fruit.
They're ganaps or ganappas.
Ganepas.
Yeah, I had them when I was in Jamaica. I know. I've never seen them here.
That's a Caribbean delicacy.
I've never seen them here.
They have them in Miami.
Nice.
And I brought them in one day, remember? Before I knew you. Wow. I'll bring you some.
What were they?
Quenepas. Canabs.
Is it a fruit?
Yeah.
How's that going for you, Slick? What do you think? You gonna try it?
And you had when you said it was slimy. This is slimy.
Oh, did I?
I don't like it in my mouth. It's slimy.
You know what?
We're gonna leave that one right there, Freddie.
I was gonna say.
They could say
tell me they
slimy.
don't like where the show's going anyway.
Yeah, slimy.
That's usually only in the morning show that gets like that with Dawn.
So tonight I saw 8 o'clock. You're spinning again.
Yep.
It's been a while.
Mm-hmm. Freestyle Nation out there, that seems to be the music that everyone just.
What's the music?
tunes
What's
in.
the music?
Freestyle.
Have you
Yeah.
heard Slick sing?
Oh, God.
No.
Slick.
Slick, you gotta sing.
You got some pipes there, Slick, huh?
He sang for us a couple weeks ago, and then I turned on Kanye West Good Morning, and it was like listening to Slick this morning. He goes,
Well, he has that deep voice. I mean,
right? Slick, you should get into radio or something. He's got that
Ladies and
radio
gentlemen.
voice, Freddie.
You can have like that Barry White, you know. Ladies.
Barry White. He ain't nowhere near
or
Barry
Luther
White.
Vandross.
Luther.
Big Luther, not little Luther.
More like Tiny Tim.
Slick's got it going on.
So is anyone selling a house in here? Or wanting
Oh,
to
that's what
buy?
I wanted to talk to you about. Apparently, they say, it's
I
a
might
seller's
visit you.
market.
Is it a seller's market?
100%.
What happens then when you sell your house and you got to buy?
Pardon me?
So you sell your house because it's a seller's market.
Correct.
And then you go to buy.
It's inventory is light, which is why it makes it a seller's market. Most sellers are getting more than what they're asking for because it becomes a bidding war. And especially with COVID and the way things were handled, a lot of people up north, the way things were handled in their prospective states, people are wanting to relocate and come down south. So now you have more buyers, people with deeper pockets. So you have people that can afford and they got a mortgage, but then you got guys with cash, and it's been going back and forth, and it's becoming interesting. It's definitely good for the real estate people in general, but it's also bad when you find a house for that couple that you've been searching for. You find that great house, and now you have 10 other people putting offers in. But if you go in hard and strong, there's a good chance you're going to win, and you have to have the right people to back you up. Have a good agent, have someone who knows the business, and
what about they tell me houses are going for more than they're even appraised at? People are just paying cash. That's how insane I'm hearing it is.
People are paying cash, or if they're financing, they're paying the difference between the appraised value and what the banks will finance it for, and they're paying that in cash.
So if you're selling your house, friends of ours, someone knocked on their door. My neighbor has become very Orthodox Jewish, and all of them are. And people are just knocking on your doors and making you these offers. Like you say, I would only move if I got this crazy number. And they go, okay, here's the crazy number.
Wow. Yeah.
And 6 weeks to close, and they're walking to synagogue. But this is what's happening. It's just that the neighbors are selling each other's homes.
Yeah, I actually had a house that I sold in a week. I had a client that went in with all cash. And we went back and forth with negotiating, and then they wanted to work with us. And they said, we'll do it as long as you can close in a week. Our title company can do it. I turned to my client and I said, well, they'll take your offer, but here's the deal. And she said, okay. And literally, from the moment I put the first offer in to negotiation till we got to the closing table was 10 days.
Can you imagine packing a house and getting out in 10 days?
Right?
I can do it.
Well, in her position, she didn't have to get out of her house at that right then and there, but she was able to make the transaction happen.
That's
and in
amazing.
this day and age, you got to be aggressive if you want, you want to get in. Right now, money is basically free. So now is the time to buy. When you have interest rates 2.5%, 3%, 3.5%, might as well be free. Considering the last time we all bought houses, it was 7, 8, 9% or whatever, whatever it may be. Our parents bought houses at 14 to 18%. So at 2.5%, 3%, it's like free. The average person is bumped up another 35 grand based on the interest rates today in buying power.
And what type of market do you work in? All price points, or is there a niche that you guys are in?
Any agent will always work. So, if someone says I'm selling a $5 million home, no one's going to turn that away. But that's not my target audience. My target audience is the average Joe. Somewhere between $300,000 and $500,000 is my niche. Will I go over? Of course I will. I just sold a house for $750 down in Pompano. But my niche and the target audience I'm looking for is the average Joe, because those are the people that are looking to buy every day.
Looking so good.
So let me ask you, if your house appraises for $498, hypothetically, and you want $750 for this house, and the reason why has to, of course, warrant the price increase.
Sure.
And if people really want to live and to secure this and to secure that, you have people that will actually bid that high, the differences?
Not that high. It's got to be within reason. And a lot of times, every person believes their home is worth more than what it actually is worth. When I go on a listing appointment and I walk into the customer's home to talk about listing their home, I literally say, listen, I'm here to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Because everybody thinks when they put in a $50,000 kitchen, their house went up $50,000. I got news for you. Your house needs a kitchen. In order to be a house. You know what I mean? So
well, let me tell you something.
You put a $70,000 pool, your house doesn't go up $70,000.
Let me tell you what's happening. I don't know if you heard the latest and greatest.
Probably.
There are companies in California now, right? We had this come in. Who will come in and they will buy your house and incorporate the price of fixing that particular kitchen to the buyer.
But there's company in Florida. It's not just in California.
Well, I don't know if the example I'm using is buyers in California.
These are good buyers. Did you guys try this?
Not yet.
Because of the fires.
Right.
People want to get the hell out of California.
Right.
And there are companies that now will put the price of a new kitchen, let's say it's $35,000, on top of the deal, and they buy the house as is, and then when you close, they go in and they fix the kitchen however the buyer wants. It is the craziest thing I've ever seen, but they're actually doing this. Things are so bad in California that people are running out of there.
Yeah.
In Colorado, running out of there because of these fires that are just wiping people out.
In New York.
No, Florida's about to get hit big because, like I said, like you just said, California, you got New York. I mean, Cuomo's running everyone out of there.
He don't want nobody there.
You got Michigan. Everyone's running out of there. I mean, and where's the landing spot? Everyone's coming down to Florida.
And there's no taxes here.
So the traffic's about to, just get even crazier.
Well, yeah, you have that. You have, like you said, about taxes. A lot of the states have state income tax. They have local income tax. Florida doesn't have that. So A, you're going to get a bump in your salary if you make the same kind of money. And B, you're now coming to paradise, and, like you just said about New York. People have these homes up there that they're worth, say $1 million, million plus, and they can come down and buy a house twice the size for half of that for $500,000. And now they pocket some money, and they're living large and living in a beautiful sunshine state, and so on and so forth. And they have the cash to do it, which is another thing that's causing a lot of the rift. But hey, it's exciting. I love the ride. I'm having fun too.
Steve, what made you get into real estate?
No, because like I said, working with a lot of brides, I hear it all the time. Listen, we're on a budget because we're trying to buy a house, and this and that. So when he was telling me he was moving back down, I'm like, oh, it's great. I'll send you some, referral. I make some money under the table. But in this business, there's no under the table. You have to be licensed to get a kickback. So he goes, why don't you just get your license? And at first, I was a little hesitant. I was like, I don't know, I gotta study and do all that stuff, you know, but
I gotta open a book.
gotta open a book, you know.
Gotta read.
You know, the only books I open have pictures, but anyway, so he helped me out getting started with it, and I just, like I said, I was studying hours upon days, and I don't know if you remember, but I even got a job in November working from home at Office Depot. I only did it for like 2 weeks because I couldn't manage working for them all day and then studying because it took hours of studying.
How are you working with Office Depot from home?
What did he do from home? What, you build stuff at home?
No, I was customer service.
No, really?
Yeah, they were
I
calling
called
me
to
up,
complain. Was it you?
Yeah, they were placing orders. They were, and they didn't want to let me go. It was so funny. I called them. I said, "Look, unfortunately," I explained to them the situation. Well, first when I interviewed, they were like, "You're overqualified for this position. You know, we have a management position." I said, "Listen, I'm not looking for a career. I just want to make a few dollars during the week. You know, whatever." When I resigned, I said, "Look, unfortunately, I'm going for my real estate license. I can't balance it out." And I said, "Oh, well, we'll hold your job," blah, blah, because there was a sales quota too. And I was crushing it, just adding random stuff. "Oh, you need paper? All right, well, the ink's on sale right now. We're going to add ink to it," whatever the case was. It was easy. But I just couldn't balance it out. There was no way.
You've known him for years. You know everything he touches turns to gold.
True that, but I didn't know. I called Home Depot and they said, "Would you like to rebuild things?"
Freddie hasn't had ink in his printer. How long have I known you? 5 years?
They say
That's
call Steve-O.
irrelevant to the
I
conversation.
could have given you my employee discount. You missed out.
That's irrelevant.
Call Steve-O, not Home Depot.
That's irrelevant to the conversation.
It's been so long that Gio goes, "Dad, the printer doesn't even work anymore. Get a new one."
So they give me things to build, right? So I don't read nothing. I just build it from the picture.
That's me.
The picture's backwards. Did you ever see this? When you see a picture, it's the reflection of what it should look like. So the tire's on the left instead of on the right. So they told me, "Okay, thank you for playing goodbye."
You do not work at IKEA for you. There was a lot of work, a lot of studying. Do you love selling houses? Are you?
Well, I didn't even start yet. I mean, I literally just got my license.
He's freshly minted.
Yeah, the company that is taking my license on, she's away for the holidays. So we haven't even sat down yet for me to park my license there.
I love how you took it, though. You went to Pitty's house, and you sat and took it.
I took it all 6 times, because taking it online, remember now, you were never allowed to take it at home, the state test. So to take it at home was a whole big to-do because, all right, so first of all, you got to be in a room that has a door. The door has to be shut. If at any point that door opens, the test is done.
Oh.
Okay.
Really?
So, yeah. So I had to be I was in my bedroom at the desk, shut the door. Then, before it starts, you got to take all pictures of the room. In front of you, behind you, on the sides of you, on the ceiling, on the floor, and you got to submit it to them.
All true.
Right? Then someone pops up on the computer and says, "Hello, how you doing? Okay, can you scan the room with your computer?" So now you got to take your laptop and you got to scan the room. This is all before it even starts. Then it starts. Now someone's there watching you. Thank God you don't see them, but someone's there watching you. And because of the test being, the questions being so wordy, I was reading them out loud to myself, making sure I didn't miss anything. And they were like, "Please refrain yourself from speaking out loud." Okay, all right.
But do you know why?
So then I would. Right.
Hiding under
the
bed.
And you know what? I get that part. But then I was like, just moving my lips because I was reading to myself, and I was just.
Can you please stop doing that?
Can you please stop doing that?
Yep.
Can you please stop looking away from the computer?
Jeez.
Can you please? I'm like, can you please go yourself?
But do you know why?
No, I know. They're worried about cheating. I get it.
You can wear an earpiece.
Right.
Have somebody that reads lips watching you.
No, I get it.
And then, it's the easiest scam to get over.
But it adds, especially with someone who wasn't cheating, it adds extra pressure, number one. So
Sure.
you're not really comfortable. It's kind of like you're afraid to scratch your nose without people, "Oh, that's a sign, don't do that," So I think being away from, again, I failed
A few
X
times.
amount of times in my room. So finally, I was like, he's like, "Take it at my house. Maybe you need a change of scenery." I said, "All right, whatever, we'll do that." And then that was the...
And earlier we were talking, Dawn, he said he texted you like 2, 3 in the morning, right?
Yeah.
He's the night owl. So I said,
Right.
well, we'll see if they offer the exam, in the
Late.
wee hours of the morning. Who knows? They actually had one at midnight.
I was going to ask you, how at midnight were you taking it if someone's watching it, but they offer it
They
at
offer
midnight?
it, yeah. So, and you know he's always up. So he doesn't go to bed till 5 in the morning. And then, so I said, well, why don't you change the scenery? I said, I'm going to bed anyway. I said, my house is quiet. So needless to say, I set him up in my office, closed the door, I went to bed.
And thank God my niece wasn't home, because I would have woke her up too.
And I
But I did. I screamed at the top of my
I
lungs.
got the crap scared out of me.
As soon as you hit submit, it pops up.
Oh.
You have not passed.
He
You have not
literally
passed.
started screaming my name. I jumped up. I was ready to throw down in the middle of my house. Scared the hell out of me. He's like, I passed.
That's awesome.
So it was actually, I was really happy actually to be there for it because, you know how close we are. We're the best of friends, and it was exciting. And it was a great time because now it's time to really
Make money.
Make money, and with him meeting all these brides and grooms and starting their lives out, he like he said before, he's like I'm gonna have you so busy. I said, if you're that serious, put your money where your mouth is. Let me pay you. I'm not greedy. I'm not greedy. Get your license, and I will pay you. A referral fee for every single person
I'll
you
let
send
you
to me.
know how greedy he is after we sell the first time.
Wow.
Yeah, that's so awesome. And to be able to take it at night, it's funny, my mom is a night person, and she'll always come up with these ideas that make no sense to anybody else. But taking it at night when you're at your peak, it was better for you. There are people that are morning people, that was a great idea.
Yeah.
Really a great idea.
That's when you function best. Is
right.
at night
Whatever
in his
works,
world.
whatever works best for you. That probably is you also.
Probably. That's why I fail every test during the day.
But you're a night person. I mean, if
Freddie,
you
you can take it
ever
at my
have to
house.
sleep.
What time you go to bed, Freddie? You a night owl?
12, 1 o'clock. And then I try to sleep early. I can't. I'm like,
And then you're up in the middle of the night, you say. So
I was up at 3 last
I
night.
was going to say 3 a.m. for you would be perfect. Thanks, Valerie.
The important thing is that selling real estate is the goal. But how you get there is the challenge. Because in your world, and you had somebody call in today, and I'm totally serious. When somebody buys a house, you have a party for them. And you cater it nicey nice and let them invite 30 of their closest relatives. I did that for 17 years. Never was lacking a referral in my life. Because who does that? The seller gets the keys and the money and goodbye. And the buyer, treat him like a king, a queen.
You throw them a housewarming party.
Absolutely, right after the closing.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, I have some marketing tools I don't want to share online right now because I don't want to. But even my strategies, I feel, is going to be a little off the cuff. A real cool way of tying in what I'm known for, which is music and stuff like
That's
that,
right.
into now what I'm selling. Because
Well, everybody's going to know you, Steve. And when you start doing something different than the norm, you're going to get a lot of company.
no, it was actually kind of cool because when I did announce on Facebook that I passed, the amount of inboxes I've gotten, because people took it as if I was leaving DJing. And people were just hitting me up like, no, please, or, my wedding is coming in this year, that year, whatever. No. This is an addition.
That's
to
awesome.
what I'm doing.
Let's take a quick commercial break. When we come back, see what's some. I know you're not
DJ
talking about your
Realtor.
strategies, but again, it's all about relationships and having trust in the person, and that's all Steve-O is and Mike. So let's take a quick break. 888-994-4995. If you want to book your next wedding or event, give Steve-O a call. Studio A, 888-994-4995. We'll be right back.
Kids for Kids Ministry. The vision is to see children in Haiti emerge from extreme poverty into an extraordinary destiny in Christ. The problem is the orphans in Haiti lack clean water to drink and food sustainability. These children need art-integrated education, medical needs, shoes, clothes, a lunch program, and teacher salary aid. The mission is to sponsor local leaders in Haiti to support them in the care of orphans and vulnerable children. In January of 2020, Kids for Kids traveled to Haiti to visit the orphans at their home and at their school. The school has now grown to 30 children attending daily classes, but there are many things to improve upon. To help us or to donate, contact Patty Paget at Kids for Kids Ministry, 561-876-1710. That's Kids for Kids Ministry at 561-876-1710.
876 1710.
Don't know how I'm feeling tonight, but I swear I'm fine. I'm broken inside, don't know where I know I can hide. Don't know how I'm feeling tonight, but I swear I'm fine.
Welcome to your vacation staycation. And what better way to kick back than to blend up a sweet pina colada, a smooth mojito, or just a nice stiff rum and coke. If you want true relaxation and enjoyment, then you want Gubba Rum. Gubba Rum is a unique rum infusion. Gubba Silver Rum is infused with real shredded coconut, and Gubba Rum Gold is infused with real shredded vanilla bean. Both are made with certified organic ingredients. Each infused Gubba Rum is 35% ABV, 70 proof, and as we say in Boston, wicked smooth. So if you're looking for the best combination of taste, smoothness, quality, and price, your clear choice is Gubba Rum. If you want that wicked smooth taste for yourself or your vacation staycation, visit GubbaRum.com to find your closest liquor store that carries Gubba Rum Gold and Gubba Rum Silver. Gubba Rum, it's wicked smooth.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Not all shows are made for everybody.
I don't know what to tell you.
Sometimes it is, and sometimes it isn't.
This segment brought to you by Healing Moments. Contact Tracy, and I can tell you firsthand that if you want some relaxation, you just want to breathe, check out Tracy at Healing Moments. She's at 3200 North Federal Highway in Boca Raton. Such a nice, calming atmosphere. Everything she does, Everything is clean. Whether you want massage or you want no contact, you can go into the infrared sauna. You can get the detoxing foot bath and just sit back and breathe. She also does post-surgical massage from mastectomy or any post-surgical treatment that builds up scar tissue. She will help massage and break down that scar tissue because that's what leads to a lot of what's uncomfortable. I don't know if your wife, she had a mastectomy? The scar tissue, from what they say, is once they remove everything, once everything heals, it gets tight. And Tracy helps break down all that scar tissue so you have more movement and more range of motion. And she gave all the crew a little nice gift. She's such a great lady. She is, and she does a nice job. She was in here the other day talking about some of the new stuff that she's going to be doing now, and she's getting more aggressive also. As Steve was saying, it's an aggressive market. You got to get out there. Yeah.
The more hats you can wear.
And don't you love that you're in there and you're pivoting and you're finding a niche and everything else, and then all these latecomers, they decide to watch what you're doing.
You know, even before the pandemic, you know, people looked at like DJing. Oh, I need a few dollars extra. You know what? Maybe I'll DJ on the weekend. Like it was like picking up a bike or something, right? You know, it's. There's a lot more that goes in, you know. Well, I love the post that you put out a couple months ago, probably already, when a guy went to hire you, and you said, all right, I'll just do the music, it's going to be X. So, all right, so you're going to rent your own equipment, okay, and that's an extra this. No, it's true. And you're going to bring it, and you're going to set it up, and you're going to break it down, and you buy the music rights, right. And you're going to do your travel time, and you're going to spend the time in the heat and doing it for all these hours. And you're going to do all of that? Well, no, I don't want to do all of that. Okay, yeah. You're hired.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I mean, some people call us, you know, button pushers. Oh, you're just button pushers, you know. Okay, well, then you do it.
Right, exactly.
Right, it's like when we were going out on gigs and we would give people a price. Well, we're a foundation or we're a non-for-profit. Okay, but it still costs us the same amount of time, energy, equipment. Got to pay our crew. Whether you're a nonprofit or not, our crew has to get paid on the gig. And it takes a lot of work. It's not like holding your phone up. It's not like turning on Pandora and running a party. Because you know a party is made by two things. It's really not the food. It's the drink and the music. And if you've got good drinks and good music and a little bit of chocolate, I think, then it really doesn't matter what the food is. The food is delicious and an extra, but it is the music that sets the tone.
I agree 100%.
The biggest thing I can say about when you own your own business is you running your business and not allowing people to run your business. You know what I'm saying?
At the same token, when Lena was here, she made a very important comment. She said, when you enjoy what you're doing, you're not really going to work. Yeah. And that's the truth. You know, when you're out doing a gig and you're smiling and having a good time, you're feeling the vibe of the crowd, you're having more fun, they're having more fun. You know, same thing. And I know I say the same thing about my business when I'm selling a house and I meet good people and they're like, when they walk into a house and they're planning on putting their couch over here and their, you know, grandma's vase from, you know, 1827 is going to go in that corner and when they start planning, they're smiling. And then we get to the closing table and they're hugging me and high-fiving and, oh my God, you made our dream come true. It's a great feeling. And I enjoy what I'm doing that. And, you know, when I DJ for him too, same thing. I'm just having fun. You know, it's not work.
Well, the biggest punch is though, you know, when you have that kind of approach, like you know, and me as well, is you're going to get repeat business. Because those are the people who are going to say, oh, no, you're selling your house? Got to call Mike. You got to call this guy. This guy got personality. You know, it's all about personality. I mean, selling is like, if you got personality, selling is not selling. It's
and
like,
trust. You don't want to feel like you're being sold.
Oh, no, absolutely. Right, absolutely.
I always tell my clients, the house is going to sell itself. I'm presenting you the opportunity. You have to live here, not me. I'm not going to go, hey, you get a free oven mitt if you sign today. Right. No, it doesn't work that way.
You know, the selling of your house begins when they meet you. Right. Because I remember I was around a lot of salespeople when I was I owned 49. My very first one, I didn't want to deal with the salesman. Forget the house. It was the salesman that turned me off going in because she was such a negative Nelly. I'll never forget that day. And ever since then, I talk about, you think this is easy. You ever get somebody that comes to you because they bought something for the cheapest, the quote. Then they come and they say, well, that guy's going to do it for $200. Well, then go to that guy and do it.
I got a great story to share with that real quick. Real short story, but long story short was a bride came to me, sat down. She loved my services. She actually saw me perform at another wedding. I gave her the number. And it wasn't much. It was like $250 over what she got quoted from somebody else. And I'm like, well, listen, especially you've seen me perform, you know what you're getting. You know, I'm fully licensed. I can perform in any venue, da-da-da-da-da. She didn't go with me, okay? And I kid you not, because, what was her friend? Isabel.
Okay.
This is that story.
Okay, nice. Favorite story.
Isabella, one of his friends, just so happened to be the bartender at her wedding that night. Guess what? DJ didn't show up. Called her an hour before the wedding started that he was not coming.
Wow.
An hour before the
So
wedding.
coincidentally, this was all coincidence, because the bride didn't call me. His friend called me and said, Steve, I was at another wedding, so I couldn't come. But she was just like, listen, are you busy? I'm like, yeah, I'm at a wedding. She's like, oh my God, you have anyone else? Because right now I'm at a wedding and the DJ didn't show up. The DJ's not coming. The bride's freaking out. Again, not knowing who the bride was, I got somebody available and I sent them out. He rocked it out, Furious. I sent Furious out, so they got Furious. Well, the bride called me the following Monday, and she was just like, I don't know if you remember me, because it was probably like a year ago that we spoke.
Tail between the legs.
But she was just like, I just want to say thank you, and da-da-da-da. I was the bride that said X, Y, Z, whatever, and went with the cheaper DJ, and I said, listen, like he just said, I'm like, unfortunately, you get what you pay for. I'm like, now, was the $250 worth the sobbing and crying and screaming?
And the nervousness.
And the nervousness. And, but I said, hey, you live and you learn. But
Right, and you weren't saying that to make her feel bad. It
No,
was more of an
no.
eye-opening, and
It's
she,
an
and
eye-opening,
she,
yeah.
she even said, I learned an important lesson. She said, I learned a very important lesson, and that's, I'm not just going to shop by price from now on. It's more of eye-opening,
especially guys, like grooms, when grooms call me, see, the women are more detailed. Well, what do you do, and how's the lighting, and this and that. The groom's conversation is like this. Hello, is this New York Sounds? Yes. How much for a wedding? Okay. When, where, how many hours, how many guests? How did you hear about me? No. What's your fee? I said, well, I don't have set fees. I mean,
Depends on where you're
But that's
working.
how guys shop. That's how guys shop for DJs.
But in business, you have to, and you and I talk about this all the time, is knowing your value and knowing your worth. And if people don't appreciate your value and your worth, then maybe you're not the business for them. And by all means, feel free to shop it someplace else.
And Dawn is better at that than I am. Okay, case in point, we had a deal. It came to us. And I knew right away, because it was on the outside. And I'm looking in. And I say, I'm going to see you a week before your program. You watch. They're not going to do this. I've been doing this long enough to know the difference. And if they do, I will have a coquito with you. I tip my hat. Good luck. A week later, sobbing and crying, everybody left the project. After they got the juice, they all left the project. True story? And now I'm left to have to clean it up. So now you're dealing with a Godzilla bride because they're all over the place. So I got to incorporate not only the anxiety, but the program. And they are so anxious that they're changing everything. Can't do that. You're not going to finish this program. So there should be more of a VIG on it. I did it for less of a VIG. I did that. She did not agree with that. And I'm going to end up paying the price for it, as you saw. I end up paying the price for it because I want to help people. But people just don't get it. They don't get out of their own ways. And they don't appreciate it. It's about the delivery. It's not about that house. It's about how you show that house. It's about how you bring memories into that house, how you start a legacy in that house. Real estate is very personal. It's the biggest purchase you ever had in your life.
100%.
It matches any car, and it's the longest, 30 years, 15 years.
Yep.
It's a long time, and normally your kids, they want to buy from whoever that you bought from and everything else. It's the way this thing works. Same thing with music. You only allegedly get married once.
Do it right and have some fun. And your prices, when I first heard your prices, I'm thinking there's no way they can be that reasonable because you are.
I am in a very fair pricing
Yes.
comparison to a lot of my other, and again, the other DJs I know, are they worth it? Absolutely. However, my approach on it is, okay, so I take a few dollars off, but they'll be talking about me. I'm blessed. 85% of my business is word of mouth.
It's amazing.
I don't spend I spend zero on marketing.
Right.
You know, between my father-in-law who does my marketing materials, but I don't pay for like websites and this and that. You know, it's word of mouth. A lot of it's word of mouth. So
You can tell you're always booking
but
clients
ask
and
him,
always
how
doing.
long have you been doing it?
30 years.
You see, the difference between you and a newbie is they got 30 minutes. And you got 30 years.
Right.
And in this game, 30 years will tie, just like cash is king, your money.
Well, right now, I want to also announce while I'm online is I've started a DJ school. My first student's actually 6 years old.
Wow.
And it's a little challenging because he lives in North Carolina. So we're doing it all through Zoom, you know. But it's something I'm thinking about doing, you know, especially for these kids. Some of these kids have musical talent or they have rhythm. You know, if they're not going to play a live instrument, then DJ.
That's very
No.
cool. And then it's like a built-in business.
Mm-hmm.
That is a very good idea.
It is a good idea. And you can associate that idea with a lot of other different things. You know, you guys are marketing geniuses because you could surround your booth with bling. You could have sponsors that do rum everywhere you go. I wanted to talk to you about that. I like to hitch gubba to your hip. You become the gubba master. You know, you have a bottle like a Western guy.
And a holster.
A holster.
Holster.
So spinning it around.
Why not?
I love it.
You're going to the places and everybody knows you and people trust. You know, everybody hold up your chair. You put a gubba bottle on everybody. I mean, you're talking about, and that's what I like about Steve. The others, they're all Steve. Steve Gubba.
It's a good name. It was a Saint, you know, yesterday, just for the record, December 26th, the day after Christmas, is St. Stephen's Day. So just so you know for next
December 26th?
Yeah.
It's also the day that the Boston Red Sox sold Babe Ruth to the Yankees.
Oh, did you see? We talked about it this morning. The Dolphins won.
Yes, I saw it.
That was a crazy game.
I was so upset about that game. Come on, really? How do you do a cover two? Didn't they just beat the Jets with a cover two on the same play?
Dolphins
and they
won.
ripped the
Not
guy's
that,
helmet off?
He threw the ball blinded.
Yeah, because he had his
He
helmet
just
in.
did a Hail Mary. That's what he did. And coincidentally, they did a cover, like you said.
Can you imagine the Dolphins going to the Super Bowl? That's how you know.
That ain't never happened.
I've gone into the vortex
not
of the
happening.
unknown.
Yeah, they're going to be a wild card.
When was the
to lose
last
that.
time they did go? So was that like in the 80s?
90s.
Yeah, but that was a good
96,
team.
97.
That was a good team. This team ain't
What
good.
are they now? Aren't they really good now? Like 10 and
You know
5 or
what?
9 and
No, they're not
10
that
and
good.
5?
No, they're
split, right?
Yeah, they're
10, they're 11 and 5.
11 and 5.
That is good then.
No, they have
10
They have a
and 5.
decent.
10 and 5.
They have a decent record.
Yeah, but they play
know.
Buffalo. Winner take all this Sunday. Let's see
Oh
how
yeah,
good they are.
it's a do or die. Whoever wins goes to the playoffs. Whoever loses is out.
And they play in Buffalo, don't they?
Yep.
Let's see how good they are.
You know how cold it is in Buffalo right now?
Yeah,
19
minus
degrees.
4. Slick, I got a quarter bet for you.
All right, let's take a commercial break. This segment of the show brought to you by Dignity Memorial. Stay tuned, and we will be right back.
Healing Moments Wellness Boutique specializes in integrating scientific and ancient therapies to relieve physical, emotional, and psychological distress. Through the power of touch, coaching, and meditation, clients experience pain relief, relaxation, healing, and detoxification. Contact Healing Moments Wellness Boutique at 561-931-2187 and experience Boca Raton's Healing Haven. Enjoy the benefits of an individualized treatment plan to help find your feelings of peace, complete balance, and wellness. Call Healing Moments today, 561-931-2187, and be rejuvenated.
At Carmen Care Advanced Laser Therapy, our professional team specializes in finding the best alternative laser therapy treatments for your painful conditions. Do you suffer with chronic pain, a post-traumatic injury, or simply looking for the benefits of cell rejuvenation to the skin? Schedule a consultation today to understand how photobiomodulation can help reduce your symptoms, reduce or even eliminate pain. Give us a call today, 561-405-9577. We focus on treating you who has a disease, not a disease that defines who you are. Contact Carmen Care Laser Therapy today, 561-405-9577 or CarmenCareLaser.com.
Stars International is a multicultural, open-format record label with multiple production services from recording to broadcasting. On the label side, we focus on developing artists and helping them achieve their goals. On the production side, we cover anything from recording and mixing your vocals to creating your master track. We also include distribution if needed, and we have full access to TV production and on-air services to help build and create the artist you want to be. We're a fully digital studio.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Café Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Perfect timing.
And we're back. We have the unemployment rules running in the house.
Let's grab a mic. What you got? A2, guys. Slick is on the board. He's getting ready to sing for us.
E4.
All right, your timing is perfect, Amit. First of all, congratulations to you.
My condolences.
Everyone wants to see the video.
Well, actually, Slick got the actual video he's supposed to be editing.
I saw the video on Facebook.
Yeah, Slick was there. That was just the Facebook video for the phone, but he actually took the actual
Oh, Slick was there?
video for me. Yeah, he wanted to take the video.
Didn't you think something was up?
That was
with
in
your
City
son's
Place,
cake?
right?
Yeah.
In front of Cheesecake?
It was the the Tree of Life. You know, right before COVID, they built the Tree of Life, which is like this like man-made tree that lights up and changes colors and stuff like that. So when I was coming up with the whole idea of where to propose, I was like, man, I don't want to be like everybody else and do the same thing. You go to the Christmas sand tree, where you go here, go there. I was like, I don't think I've ever seen a photo of somebody actually proposing somebody at the Tree of Life. So it was last minute. It was like literally like on the go because she had no clue at all, like zero. So like the whole day kept getting pushed back. I was like, we have to do stuff, and she's like, oh wait, but I didn't do this. I didn't go to my mom's. I have to do that. So everything got pushed back. So it was like a little bit later, but it worked out perfect.
Well, hold it. She didn't question the fact that Slick was with you.
No, she thought I told her how you see, her cousin was kind of spending Christmas alone, and I was like, oh yeah, like let's go out downtown and hang out before I go to work and
so Slick was like
go
a
to
date.
dinner. And I was like, yeah, I invited Slick, you know, because Slick is, I was trying, like, he's lonely. He wants to hang out with us.
That's why his left arm hurts and he threw up on Saturday. There you go.
He's lonely.
Yeah. So that was the basic of it. It was very nervous.
Now you do know that you have started a trend.
I know.
You're on your knees a lot now. Begging for forgiveness.
Oh, basically.
When is the wedding for? Any idea?
He's got a book you, Steve.
I'm still.
I already called him.
I'm
I said,
still
just
waiting
let
on
you know I
that
know a
one.
good DJ.
Jessica and me were talking about it yesterday. And I was like, doesn't it go by a month? You know, if you want a June wedding or this and that. She was saying that she wants a spring wedding. I was like, that's too early for me.
That's the spring of what year?
Listen, I was engaged for
I don't
2
know.
years.
I'm lost with the whole how this works. I was like, listen, I did the biggest part of the thing. Now it's time for you to handle the
She
rest.
was surprised.
Oh yeah, she was surprised. She had no idea.
Does she want to get married fast? Because spring, every year for the next 10 years is spring.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. We still haven't decided yet.
Oh,
We're starting to figure it out.
congratulations to you. And you're a busy man now with the stimulus package being signed. Unemployment, I guess, is going to continue.
Yeah, it's getting worse. Like worse.
getting worse.
It just gets worse. But this time like my phone's ringing right now. Like both of them.
Everybody's looking
me.
for help with unemployment. I think it's too early. I think they have to wait a couple of days. And now that you have the real estate guys in here, eviction notices.
Oh.
At the federal level, does it freeze evictions?
Yes, it's supposed to. It's supposed
to.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask these guys, eviction notices, does it automatically freeze now that Trump has signed the federal? Because there's a local and there's a federal.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know if this affects the local level.
That wasn't on my test.
No, not on any of them.
Not on any of the many.
The CDC one is the one that was on the local level. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
So in the
That's-
beginning, it
it's
was
still-
they were held up. But you want to answer that?
Yeah, well, I'm still a little bit lost. The whole thing is confusing to me because we had money going in 10 different places that had nothing to do with what we're going through right now in the U.S.
That's true. That.
And like I heard like today, like they're still gonna vote on the $2,000 stimulus check. Like they're still holding a vote to see if they're gonna do it, but the bill is signed. I don't know how they're gonna handle
They
it
can
now.
make adjustments.
Yeah, they can
But
make
the
adjustments.
the Republicans in the Senate already said no. The Everglades got $250 million. Thank God. Okay, because it's needed, right? But there are projects going all over the world, monies, all over the world. Really?
Yeah.
Put that stuff to the side for now. You know, it's $1 trillion or whatever the hell is going
Right.
in a different direction.
Can't help others. You can't help yourself. I mean.
That's my point. And that's not to say that these countries don't need that.
No, absolutely. But you can't, you can't not pay your rent and pay someone else's. I mean,
Well, the eviction
Agreed.
thing is what I wanted to find out more about because that worries me more than anything else. Because you're going to have gunfire if your people come to your houses. It's 5 degrees, you got to go.
Well, listen, landlords, not mine because I'm the best tenant, but landlords are, in, it's in sticky situations right now because a lot of people are behind on their rents, and you hardly make keeping the electric on. You know?
Yeah, but as a landlord, they probably have mortgages to pay too, and they're
They
using
do.
the rent money to pay the mortgage.
Oh, I'm not saying it's not.
So
It has to start at the top.
Now there is certain in I believe the colder states that there's laws are in place that don't allow the electric company to shut the electric off. Because you can't turn the heat off. It's number one, it'll damage the home. Number two, it's not really nice.
Well, in the beginning of this COVID thing, the electric had passed that they couldn't shut our electric off.
Yeah.
Correct.
But eviction,
or water for that matter as well.
But I don't think landlords are in that legally can evict at this point.
Right, because a lot of businesses went out. That's the commercial side. The personal side.
The personal side is different than the commercial
I was
side.
just going to say
though.
commercial and residential is completely
Residential was no eviction. Commercial, they're like, you can go.
But I heard that they can serve you and you can spend up to 6 months in court
Yeah.
before you get thrown out. I get that. But the CDC, when they mandated you can't evict anybody, that froze everything because they control federal and local. This new rule, I don't know what the hell is going on with this new one.
I'm not 100% on that, but just like you just said, that it's whatever's going on is affecting everybody's business. So if you're a landlord and the CDC is freezing rents, your business is going to get affected too. So everybody's getting affected regardless. It's unfortunate.
And what about unemployment? You have to reapply, or will it continue?
It seems like that's why I'm stuck in limbo today. Like I'm trying to figure that one out. I mean, usually they'll bump the system and something will come up and say, okay, here apply to re-extend, do this, do that, but we haven't had any notice about it yet. Like nothing hasn't came out, so I don't know. I can't sit here. I have had people call me crying today because they can't pay their rent, and they're supposed to claim today and they can't claim because their claim is expired, like completely. Like it's for nothing.
It's total disarray. They wanted to have 10 million people vaccinated by the end of the year.
Yeah.
And they're going to end up with 2 million. Christmas Day, you wake up to an explosion in Nashville. Now, I heard nobody died, but 3 people were injured. That in itself is a blessing. And the latest that I read said that the guy was mad at AT&T.
He didn't like 5G or something.
Because of 5G.
Get out of here, really?
Wow.
That's what they're saying. I don't know what the reality is, but that's what the media is reporting.
He's saying because he had cancer. And he's blaming the 5G. And that's why he did away with that building, which knocked out the service. AT&T all over the country is being affected, but in Nashville and Alabama, something like that, Louisville, whatever, it went out.
Yeah.
And that's why he picked that whole thing. I mean, wow, not for nothing, man. Talk about grievance. Holy smokes. Now, he picked the time when there was nobody there. There's a cop who turned around. He was going to walk right by it, turned around to go check out his partner, and it went off. If he doesn't turn around, he dies.
Interesting. But at least something was signed. There will be stimulus money for those. Whatever it is,
It's supposed to be
something.
faster too. You know, now that beforehand, a lot of people didn't file their taxes, and they had previous older bank accounts and this and that, so that's why they didn't get the stimulus money. But now, you know, most
But
people.
$600, bro.
I know.
$600. What do you do with $600? I mean, it's better than getting
Can't pay
nothing,
rent,
I understand, but $600 is. It's just tough. It's tough.
Yeah, it's not gonna do next to nothing. You know, even if you were to take that money and invest it, you know, and to make more money, you'll get nothing out of it.
Well, there was a lot of PPP money was given to big corporations. Some of them gave it back, but they had to do it willingly. And that's what the Republicans got mad about.
They say there's also some small business money in this stimulus package. I don't know, but that's what at least the media reported this morning.
Well, they just spent $495 billion that they didn't spend on the first go-round for small business. It's getting to it. I mean, you got to have a guy like Amit to go in there and figure out what the hell to do, because you saw how difficult the PPP thing was to figure out.
No, for us, it didn't work. It didn't work for us. But for some people, it works, and I guess contact Amit. Maybe you can help them. I don't know. Or maybe unemployment woes when you go out Thursday?
Thursday.
Unemployment woes on Thursday.
I'm trying to come up. I'm taking time to plan and really connect the dots on this one, because this is going to be a big difference and change of everything going forward.
Well, especially now. I mean, people spent money.
I feel like this was like a TV show for me all the way, and season 1 is over, and I'm getting ready for season 2.
Well, yeah, and people spent for the holidays what they didn't have, figuring you recoup in January.
Yeah.
I am the perfect example of doing that here, because I wanted to do what we did for the crew, and we did what we did, and we're going to figure it out like everybody else is going to figure it out.
I think it will be all right. You know, I always say God comes through when you really need it at the end.
Amen.
You remember in the day when the Green Bay Packers and the Kansas City Chiefs played in the Super Bowl, and they had Bart Starr and they played that song, "Those Were the Days"?
Yeah.
That thing plays in my head all the time. You know, I mean, they're young.
That was a solid game, man.
Remember that? But these guys are young, and there was World War I, World War II. Not that I lived through them, but I remember my parents talking about that stuff. And we've been through so much. You know, gratitude this year it has a new meaning. Your life has a new meaning, because my God, what we're going through right now, and it ain't over by the stretch.
No, you wake up and, you know, you realize the simplest things sometimes that you take for granted. That's how I look at it. Because,
True
you
that.
know.
Yep, and Dr. Maranzini's got stories upon stories, and all we can say is keep safe and respect other people as well. Because the one thing I was taking, Chelsea and the dog and I went for a walk yesterday in the park. And we've got one sidewalk in the park, but as one would come, I said, all right, we got to move to the side, or they moved to the side and waited. People were actually respectful, which is really nice. Now, she said in Delray on the Ave, not so much on Saturday night.
You know, some restaurants are doing a good job, but there was restaurants, you know, because me and my wife, we haven't been out since Valentine's Day, you know, so I said, you know, let's go out to dinner. Let's see how, you know, what the look is out there. So we got our masks and we went. And we walked into one restaurant, not to mention it, but it was jam-packed. It was like every table was full.
Yeah.
Every bar stool was full.
And you take your mask off
And
to
I'm
eat,
like,
right?
no way.
You got to get up and go.
You know, right. I mean, at least some of the restaurants we've gone to, there was like every other table.
Yeah.
You know, you had the distance, you know, and not even the staff members at this restaurant, not to mention, they had masks on.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
some of them don't have masks on.
I'm going to tell you another secret. When you walk in and you sit at a table, salt and pepper and ketchup and mustard are on the table.
not at some of them.
If it is, get out.
Right.
Because we know somebody that I went and we made a big stink about it because I love the place. And it ain't there no more. They finally understood with people touching it and they don't clean it. You know what it is? You can't take things for granted. You know, you got to say, I can't stay, I got to go.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing wrong with that because you don't feel safe.
Well, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
She was surprised, had no idea.
No.
Was Alana excited?
It was most nervous thing I've ever done. Like,
What, did you have doubt or?
Wait a minute.
No, I have no doubt.
You ain't done nothing. You ain't done nothing.
Because like, okay, so when we got to the Tree of Life, in my head, I was like, okay, it's COVID. Nobody's going to be out. Like, we're going to be there by ourselves. It's going to be easy. I show up there, and there's 1 million people. Like, everywhere. Like, just everybody's around the fountain. I'm like,
Did anyone applause when you?
I was hoping they won't, but they didn't. But they didn't. They didn't. I was
You
like,
should have gone to the beach. Ain't
it was
nobody
like, it happened, and like everybody else just didn't pay attention. I was like, this is not like the
I wish
movies.
you would have told me though in advance, because I would have given you a lapel.
What's
Because the
that?
audio.
A mic.
I would have gave you a mic.
Because of the wind.
And they could have recorded the audio on it.
Yeah, but it would have been. It would have been a little bit. Yeah.
Because I knew what you were doing,
It's
but
supposed
you
to be a secret.
Well, she started crying, and she said yes.
Well, no, when I got
Well, she couldn't even say yes. She was crying so much. Yes. I was like, what?
That's awesome.
Was that a yes or no?
That's awesome.
No, when I got engaged on a cruise ship, and I called So I called them up ahead of time, and I said, hey, just to let you know, I'm proposing to my girlfriend, this and that. They said, look, they offered me the world. So I started talking to the guy in Overflow from New York, whatever. So when I got there, I told her, they said, all right, be in the back of the boat at 7 o'clock. Perfect, okay. So my wife being late all the time, I told her, look, at 6 o'clock, we got to be at the back of the boat. I told her that I got dinner for 2. They're going to put a table out there for us, right? So I took her to the back of the boat. Of course, there was no table. So I'm like, son of a... All right, look, stay here. Let me go talk to these people. So I went inside, and they mic'd me up. But, you know, of course, you couldn't see it. So then when outside, I proposed, whatever. And then after, I'm like, oh, by the way, there's no dinner, so we got to go outside.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, if you need a house, there's 2 guys over the other side of the studio that might be able to help you buy a house.
We'll take care
Or an
of
apartment
the
or
wedding, the
something.
honeymoon, and the house. All in one package.
Not in one of that.
Look, you make him nervous.
You know, I was this is the way I was told growing up, and Jessica didn't hear this. Like what I was telling her, I was like, I've never heard that, but everybody else has. But I was like, I was told that the guy is supposed to supply the ring, and then the girl's family pays for all the wedding expenses. So I was like,
Yeah, but I can't have that no more because I got 4 daughters.
Been married twice. That ain't the way it works.
Oh man, I was like, crap.
But you know what? If her parents do that,
more power
more
to you.
power to you. But that ain't the way it goes. Now I can give you some friendly
It used to be
advice.
like that. It used to be like that. No, it was.
You could elope and save all that money. Just saying. It's a business to me. I don't look at it no more. I
Yeah,
get
yeah,
the
that's
fence
true.
and all that.
You just talked him out of hiring Steve. Now Steve can't make any money.
It's
Oh,
not
no,
a business.
do a
You
party.
need a wedding.
I mean, you can do a party, anniversaries, and stuff like that. But you know, it's just a
Divorces.
different game right now. It depends on what she wants, really. You're done.
Yeah, I'm
Now
just
it's
like
what
whatever
she
you
wants.
like, just put it on the tab.
Right, Fred? We could do divorce parties.
Divorce party is the second part
That's
of
his
your
favorite
life.
party.
God willing, that never
Oh,
happens.
those
to
are
me.
a thing. You know how many times people come to the club and do divorce parties?
He didn't believe me when I
Nuts.
first told him. I
So
said, no,
nuts.
I actually do divorce parties. He goes,
Yeah.
get out of here. And then I showed him the cakes that my baker makes for divorce parties.
Oh, man.
How do people find you guys?
Don't scare
You
them
guys.
anymore.
You can find New York Sounds at nysoundsevents.com, 561-503-6570.
You could find me at michaelpittyhomes.com or 561-644-9012. And I'll sell you a house or sell your house for you.
And unemployment, this is going to be a big one too.
Oh yeah, so I know everybody's gonna be, stuck on unemployment this week, but you can shoot me a text with your name and issue to 561-318-9912, and then we'll get back to you.
All right. Stars International. And I hear that your friend from Jingle Jam is coming on this week.
I believe so.
All
Let me
right, so we
double
have to
check
confirm
there.
that day also.
Look at this. We had a bomb scare in Gratberg today. It ended up being a backpack. Thanks, Trev, for the information.
All right. Have a great day, everyone. Be safe. Get ready for New Year's safely. Hope you all had a Merry Christmas, and we will see you tomorrow morning. 9
Happy
a.m.
New
drive
Year,
time.
buddy.
Happy New Year.
Happy New
Bye-bye.
Year. Don't be late.
Don't be late. A little late.
Try not to be late.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. Well, see you next time.
Your car? Oh, really?
Cold and sleepless nights, I wait for you to bring me back to life. In my electric eyes, it doesn't mean that time can thicken every single breath. I want to unfreeze my heart and fly away. That's why I wanna save it. Your moons and craters. Open up my eyes, waterfalls of ice, sweeping me away like an avalanche. Helpless as I fall, the words can't say it all, sweeping me away like an avalanche, like an avalanche. I listen for a sound, waiting deep inside my maze of sweet